So here they are, they're 10 weeks old. They're doing really well, but unfortunately they have had a bit of a reaction to the vaccine they had earlier in the week. They obviously didn't feel terribly well, so they more or less stopped eating. Now, in very small kittens like this, not eating can cause them to lose weight very, very quickly. Fortunately, it was very short-lived. It only really affected each kitten for about 24 hours. And certainly this morning, they're very much back to normal. However, I am expecting this to have a knock-on effect with their weight gain this week, because I suspect that weight that they gained up to that point, they will have lost some of that, maybe even all of it, because they didn't eat for 24 hours. But we should give it a go. We'll see what they weigh today. So yeah, as expected, there was not as great a weight gain as hoped for this little male. He had actually lost some of the weight he'd gained during this week. Although he has actually gained weight from last week, so at least he hasn't sort of taken a step back in that respect. The female, however, she's done very well despite not eating terribly well this week, and she's put on, I think, nearly 100 grams. So that's really pleasing. I'm sure this male will catch up again because he generally eats very, very well, and he's fully recovered today, and he's already eaten several times this morning. Now these two guys are definitely fully recovered from the little reaction they had to their vaccine. Now, although I don't normally weigh halfway through the week, I just want to check that little boy just to see how he's doing. I've noticed that he is eating really, really well, back to his normal porking. So I'm going to give him a little weight just to see how he's gaining at this stage, and I'm hoping that there will be a decent weight gain there over the last few days. So let's have a go. Now the little male's weight was 972 grams on Sunday, so let's see what he is now. See if he'll stay in there. Ooh, come on. So he's now 1 kilo and about 92. So he's actually put on over 100 grams in just a few days, which is fantastic news. So it's time to check Gabby again, just to see how she's doing with milk production, see if she's drying up nicely. So I'll just have a feel under. And yeah, there's absolutely virtually nothing there now at all. So that's really good. She's drying up really well. Now, like most mums, Gabby here is looking rather haggard. Her coat is not as good as it would be if she didn't have kittens, so her ruff is very thin. It's all sort of been scratched out, and of course she doesn't have the thick undercoat that she would have had she not had kittens at this stage. because being winter, she would normally have a very large coat. If I show you her sister, she's got a big thick ruff and a lot more coat there. Gabby also doesn't have a huge amount of weight. She's not particularly thin. There's a good covering there, which I'm quite pleased about, because sometimes they can go down to virtual hat racks, to be honest. But she's not done too badly, possibly because she's only had the 2 kittens, which will have helped her. She won't have had to have produced quite so much milk. But now that she's completely dried off, she will be putting all her energy into gaining weight again, getting back up to normal, and that coat will come back.